morning and welcome to the grand opening of Paxton Place. My name is Dale Leiniga, and I've served as the chair of the board of Paxton Ministries for a number of years. On behalf of the board and staff of Paxton Ministries and our partner, Monarch Development Group, we're glad that you could join us today for this celebration. How many of you remember where you were on September 17th, 2018? Good. Thank you. Because many of you joined us at this very spot on September 17th with a light rain coming down outside. Today we've improved and there's a little snow. You remember it was a cold day and we all huddled under a tent getting ready for the groundbreaking of this project. How things have changed. Today we're together in a beautiful new building as residents continue to move into their new apartments and into their new homes. So it's possible because of many people and organizations working together and partnering to make this a reality. Our partner, Monarch Development, why don't you give us a welcome?
Thank you, Dale. Good morning. Good morning. I recently read an article last week about a construction project that is underway at a college. I forget the name of the university, somewhere in the United States. And they were making way. They were actually doing demolition of a wall that was 14 feet high and 3 feet thick. And so the contractor that was tasked with taking this wall down had to do it brick by brick and stone by stone. And as he was chiseling it into the wall, he hit a glass bottle. And so he slowed down and slowly retrieved the glass bottle. And in that bottle was a note from the two men that had built that wall over 100 years ago. And the note had their names on it, and they put on there that they were the builders of this wall. And the university thought that was, and it really is a pretty cool story, that they're trying to find who the descendants of these two individuals are, because they want to honor them when they have their grand opening of their new facility. And that really made me reflect on what we've all done here today. Whether you're the general contractor or the architect, if you were a lender, if you were the laborer that just did the cleanup work after the builders came through and built their walls and put the flooring in. Everyone, in one way or another, has touched how this building has come together. But what this building represents is much more than just sticks and bricks and mortar. It represents the lives that we're going to touch. Not just the first 37 tenants, but the hundreds, if not thousands, of tenants that will come through this building long after probably all of us are gone. And so I thought that was so cool that these two gentlemen put that note in there, because we all go back to our jobs tomorrow, continue and focus on the next deal, the next project, and we forget about what we've accomplished. So welcome to celebrating what we've all accomplished today and how it's going to impact the lives of many, many people moving forward.
Thank you, Mike. We'll begin with an invocation. I'd like to ask Reverend Tom Sweet, pastor at Market Square Presbyterian Church here in the city, to give the invocation. Tom.
On behalf of the Market Square Presbyterian Church, I offer our most profound congratulations to Paxton Ministries for the completion of this project. Housing is one of the primary components of the ministry at Market Square. We hire a housing coordinator there to help to find housing for the folks who are homeless who live around the church. And so when we were invited to be a part of this project, we jumped and have been delighted to be a partner, and a tremendous project. And we offer our most sincere congratulations to Paxton Ministries. Let us pray together. God of boundless compassion, who has called each of us into being, and who by the power of your Holy Spirit and many committed and caring persons has called Paxton Place to come forth. Thank you. Thank you for life and for our lives. And thank you for all of the life and living that will be shared together in this place. May all that happens here be a bright and shining sign of your hospitable realm, where each person is known by name and no one is a stranger or forgotten. O God, may all who live here be secure in your peace and find friendship and hope. O God, may all who work here find purpose and passion in the service of your mercy and love. Thank you, O God, for all who have worked in any way to bring this new home to fruition. It's been sacred work, and this is a sacred place. But now, O God, may all of the dreaming and planning and fundraising and building yield to the happiness of home for all who will reside here. Today, O God, and for all the years to come, bless this house and those who abide in it with comfort, companionship, conviviality, and deep joy. And we pray it all to your glory, O God, and in the name of Jesus our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Tom. This is an especially important day because it marks the completion of an effort that began almost 7 years ago when the Paxton Board of Directors decided to do something with the empty lot that we owned here. After considering many options, we learned about the low-income housing tax credit program. It was a way for us to expand our mission of affordable housing with supportive services. We looked for a partner since this kind of project this was way beyond our capacity. So we had to look for someone who we could work with. The people we talked to always said we should talk with Mike Kearney at Monarch Development. We did. We became partners, and we began the path that resulted in our being here today. On a personal note, I've lived in the city for 45 plus years and have seen the need and increasing need for affordable housing for older persons. This project is important to me for a number of reasons. First, it'll provide much needed affordable housing for elderly in the city. Second, it allows Paxton Ministries to meet more unmet needs. And third, it takes land that was vacant and tax exempt and puts it on the tax rolls, which will help the city at a critical time in its history. That's a win, win, win. So, straight here. It takes many people working together to accomplish large projects. There are two people we'd like to introduce at this time, without whom this would not have been possible. The first is Jody Smiley. Jody, why don't you stand your place? Jody is the executive director at Paxton Ministries. She manages a large licensed personal care home that serves almost 100 persons, and our community services and a private cleaning business that employs persons with needs. In addition to that, the board asked her to help in this effort and to expand our services. She's focused, organized, and has been a trusted colleague and friend during this process. Jody? In addition, in a minute, let me introduce the other person, Brandon Johnson. Why don't you come up as well, I guess. Brandon is the Vice President of Development at Monarch Development Corporation. Brandon has been the person on the spot who listens to all of our complaints. Now, remember, Jody's office is right across the street. She has been keeping an eye on this, on every aspect of the development. And any question would go to Brandon, and he would graciously answer it. And I have to say, I can't think of two better people to have worked with than Mike and Brandon in terms of partners. So we'll hear first from Jody and then from Brandon. Okay? Let me get out of the way here.
Wow, I'm glad you're all here today for this celebration, because it really is a celebration. As was said, my office is right there across the street, so I could watch everything taking place. But you know, for many years, I looked out over a grassy field. And we often wondered, what could we do with this grassy field? What could we do to further our mission of providing affordable housing and support services to serve the needs in our community? Paxton Street Home, just across the street, was started 38 years ago, is a licensed personal care home, and we provide care there for people who often don't have financial resources and have mental illness or some with intellectual disabilities. Well, we continue that mission. We aren't changing that, but we're glad that now we can take this next step to provide a home here at Paxton Place for senior adults. I'm convinced that there will be some synergy across that driveway across that street there between Paxton Street Home and Paxton Place. And I don't know what that looks like just yet, but I'm anxious to see how that evolves. What's the saying? Good things don't come easy. This took years, as was said. It took many years, and I'll speak for Dale and I. We sure learned a lot along the way. But here we are to celebrate this opening of this new home. Our vision all along was for this to be more than housing. Yes, it is a beautiful building, and I hope you do see all the different parts of the building afterward. But yet we wanted it to be more. We wanted it to be a place where seniors could be active and maintain or even improve their health. And we knew we couldn't do it alone, so we talked to other organizations in the community who have various fields of expertise. And we found that others caught the vision for what this could be and joined with us. I'm happy to say that several of those partners are here with us today. Kurt Stutzman and his staff from Messiah Lifeways are here. Our building across the street was originally Messiah Home, so we have a real kinship with Messiah Lifeways. They helped with, contributed some of the funding for furnishings and supportive services, and will be providing some ongoing programming for the residents of Paxton Place. And that includes transportation across the river to use the pool and the nice facilities that they have there. Joe Arthur is here from the Central Pennsylvania Food Bank, who provided the appliances for our demonstration kitchen, where the folks are standing in the back. That's a place that we can have cooking classes. So help the residents find new, creative, and healthy ways to cook delicious meals, and also for qualifying residents to have food delivered here through the Fresh Express program of the food bank. Tina Nixon and Jessica Ritchie are here from UPMC Pinnacle and the Pinnacle Foundation. They provided some initial funding and have committed to provide primary medical care for those who choose Pinnacle in the health suite that is here in this facility. There is a lot of value in bringing health care to the person. And we also have medication mailboxes and a pharmacy that delivers every day to us at Paxton Street Home, so they can also deliver medications here for those who choose that service. Now, I didn't see, is Chad Krebs here from the YMCA? I don't see him, but the YMCA is also a partner, helping us outfit our fitness room on the 3rd floor. The Y will be conducting some fitness classes here for residents, and they'll be doing what they really do best, to encourage residents to stay fit and active. We're grateful to each of these partners for the part they each play in making Paxton Place really a special place. I hope you will take the time to see the many different common areas of this facility. We have the performance room, which is just through those doors. That's where we can have a musical performance or a play or a movie night. On the 2nd floor is the gathering place, which has a small library, a game table, and it's just a comfortable place to relax. I have to say one of my favorite spaces is the coffee corner that's at the far end, and where later there will be refreshments. That's a place for people to socialize and get to know each other over a cup of coffee. I think maybe some mornings I'll visit there for a cup of coffee too. We really want to thank those of you who stood by us and assisted us as we worked through this process. And again, a special shout out to Mike and Brandon for being such great partners. Paxton Ministries couldn't do this alone. It took a lot of people working together. We thank you, and we really look forward to seeing how Paxton Place will serve the needs of not only the residents here, their families, and the broader community. Thank you.
Hi, I can begin with the same thing I tell my twin toddlers when they're licking the handle of the grocery cart. Guys, do you realize how many people have touched this? I want to especially thank GEM Group, our contractor. They are WBE, based in women-owned business, owned by Jessica Myers, based in the city. They brought in, to collectively with their work and other work, over $2 million of the construction cost of this project was provided by minority and women-owned businesses. Really special. Steve Trott from MT Builders, our construction consultant, was with us on every job meeting. Kramer Marks, our architect, Erica, Martina, Roger, you guys are awesome. Dermot Kennedy and Dave Getz, our attorneys. Bob Fisher and Matt Fisher from RJ Fisher Engineering. McGran, Mike Brown, I saw is here today. They're our energy rater. This is a highly energy efficient building, about 40% more efficient than your standard construction at this time. Sue Morris, she is our furnishings consultant. She's freaking out a little bit right now because we've totally messed up her furniture arrangement in here. And I really want to thank our folks from our property management company, Monarch Management Group, Heather Eminger and Teresa and Belia. They have been working really hard to get this property leased up. We just got our CO and really opened last week. And we already have 18 people moved in. I think 5 more ready to go. By the end of the year, we expect to be fully occupied. Lots of demand. This project's really very special. It was the first deal to close, the first out of 39 in the state of Pennsylvania for the awards that were made in 2018. Believe it or not, looking around, this development is more than 15% more cost efficient than other similar like buildings across the state that we achieved that. So it's just a really special place. That's not possible without special unique funding partners. PHFA we'll hear from today, as well as Mid-Penn, our equity investor partner, has been great to work with. PHFA helped us when we wanted to get closed across the finish line in such a fast way. We have a really unique first mortgage program here from an organization called LHOP, Lancaster Housing Opportunities Partnership, called the LIFT program. And I'll just geek out for a little bit here and say that we have a 3.5% fixed interest rate for 18 years. So that's really special. That was made possible by contributions to LHOP from Penny and Bank and First National Bank. Dauphin County provided housing trust funds to help us get moving. And very importantly, Impact Harrisburg, which we'll hear from a little bit more, they were the catalyst to getting this project to closing so quickly, getting it across the line, helping us show that we were ready to proceed and getting it funded, without which, if you don't get funded, you don't get to build these units. So I want to thank everyone here today. It's been a great pleasure working with you all to create this beautiful facility. Thank you.
It's my honor and privilege to introduce our first speaker, Brian Hudson, who's the Executive Director of Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. I consider Brian a friend. He's been a champion of affordable housing across Pennsylvania, but really across the nation with other positions that he's held over the years. Brian's been instrumental in helping to create thousands and thousands and thousands of affordable housing units in Pennsylvania. So Brian, welcome.
Good morning, everyone. I know you're not quite awoke yet, but I'm going to wake you up a little bit. It's a pleasure to be here. I get to do this pretty much all over the Commonwealth, sometimes all over the country, but it's especially gratifying to do this in my own backyard. First, I want to say you're going to hear a common theme here this morning, and it's a partnership. Private, public, local, everyone is involved. Brandon, I think we are still closing one or two of those projects from a few years ago, so congratulations. And I want to say congratulations to Paxton Ministries and Monarch. Obviously, Mike and Monarch, we have a track record with you with many developments that we've done, but to Dale and Jody, this was your first foray into affordable housing, and as you said, you learned a lot. It's a very difficult process, but I want to say congratulations to you. as some of you know, the credits are very, very competitive. We're now funding one out of every 3 applications that come in the door. So I spend a lot of time in Washington lobbying for more credits, and we're hoping that, next year is a year that we get more credits and we can do more of these. This is the first, long overdue for the city of Harrisburg, but not the last for sure. As I mentioned, it's a partnership, state, local. Representative Patty Kin, Senator John DeSanto, Mayor Papenfuse, Council President Wanda Williams, Impact Harrisburg. So you see all of the funders and the sources and the partnerships that go into doing this, and it takes a lot. I remember touring the Paxton Ministries with Jody and Dale about 3 years ago, and you showing me your vision. And that's exactly how it happens. The hard work comes from you. My job is to get you the resources, which is difficult, but not nearly as difficult as your job is. So I want to say congratulations. We have a saying at PHFA also, to the tenants that are here, welcome home. And Mike and Dale, let's keep this going for the city, because we can definitely need it here in Harrisburg. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian, for those nice remarks. I'm going to just switch the program a bit. I know that Senator DeSanto has to get going at 10:30, and we're getting close to that hour. So if you want to join us, you come on up next and introduce Senator DeSanto. When you first shared with him our vision, he was and continues to be very supportive. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Dale's not quite telling the truth. When I first came here and met Dale and Jody, I wasn't actually sure I was supportive of the project because my good friend Tony and Serena Flores have their garden on this site here right now. And I was a recipient of a lot of the tomatoes and so on, because when you're Italian and Hispanic, we're in a competition whose garden's better. So we just trade zucchini, tomatoes back and forth. Mike had an interesting point. Everybody's been thanked that needed to be thanked here, and I was happy that my role and Patty's role, I'm sure she'll speak to, is to bring state resources here to help complete this project. But Mike's point that the building, shapes people and impact lives, it's so true. As a builder myself for 35 years, doing all kinds of development projects throughout a 5-state area, when we build buildings, we shape them, and we shape them with the help of a lot of the people that are here today as well. But thereafter, the buildings shape us, and that's what makes me so happy to come to these openings, to see these buildings. I know how it's going to impact people's lives. It's going to be a real asset to the community, and I can't wait to see the rest of the building. Unfortunately, I sit on the SERS board, and we're having a board meeting, and I have to get to that, but I will be back to see it. And thank you for letting me participate, and congratulations to everybody that's helped make this project come to fruition, because I know more than a lot of people here how hard it is to get projects done like this. And I'm just so glad to see it in the city of Harrisburg, because I'll just close with this. This is my neck of the woods. I grew up in Paxton before there was a Harrisburg East Mall. We used to ride our bikes down Paxton Street to Sam's Ice Cream that was right across the street and run all through here. So it's just really fulfilling for me to see this area, the city, continue to grow, and constantly see the mayor and Patty here and all these great things happening. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Senator. And I can assure you our neighbors will continue to use our space for a common garden as they have in the past. So the tomatoes and green peppers will be there. Next person I'd like to introduce, I know I've seen her, she is somewhere here, is our representative, Patty Kim. She is our representative and someone who has actively supported us in this project and continues to work to improve things in our community.
Yeah, thank you, Dale.
Representative Kim.
To continue on the Thanksgiving holiday spirit, I am so grateful for Paxton Ministries' mission, their vision, and the partnership, bringing all these good-hearted people together for this project. I have an aunt who lives in Messiah Lifeways, and it's a beautiful campus. She takes care of a garden, and I help weed with her one day. and people walking by thanking her. It was just a beautiful community feel. And I know they have life pathways. They have so many great services. And my husband and I were still under 50. We're like, is it too early to sign up here? We want that cottage. We want to be here. And I want so badly to have something like that here in Harrisburg. And I am so grateful that no matter how much money you have or saved, you can live in an area with maybe fellow believers to have the services and the options like anybody else. I happen to know one of the residents who I believe got in. Lives by herself, lives in the city, still healthy, goes to church every Sunday, can't really keep up with her house. It haunts me all the time because she says, Patty, I'm lonely. I'm lonely. And so she'll walk to my house and we're not there because we're running around with the kids and work. So she's going to be here with other residents and not be lonely and be active and be stimulated. And I'm just so grateful. I just wish we had 5,000 rooms here. But also, I hope that this ignites other organizations here to see how well this works with Monarch. I love Brandon's story, that we can build more of these to really improve the quality of lives of our seniors. Thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you, Representative Kim. Appreciate your remarks. Our next speaker is the Mayor of Harrisburg, Mayor Eric Papenfuse. He has been supportive and helpful in making Paxton Place a reality. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you all. Wow. Well, congratulations for sure. This is incredible, and it was built with such lightning speed. Truly, this was it came to fruition even faster than I expected. So much to be proud of. I want to put it in the larger context of a lot of exciting things that are happening in the city. You know, our population over the past year has grown by leaps and bounds. We created over 3,000 new jobs alone in 2019. And we've got new construction projects popping up in every corridor of the city. If you go to the downtown, we're about to embark on a brand new Harrisburg University office tower. In Midtown, we are redefining the skyline there with the new federal courthouse and soon-to-be archives. And in Uptown, Harrisburg, the state is about to build its first new office building in some time. DGS planning to move 1,000 new employees up near the old Uptown Plaza where D&H distribution used to be. These are truly exciting times. What sets this project apart is it's a commitment to affordable housing. And I want to say, first of all, it is important as all this construction happens that we leave no one behind in this city, that we price no one out of being able to live here in Harrisburg. And I'm pleased not only with this project, but with the success that we've had in Mulder Square. I want to thank especially Brian Hudson for his commitment to making these tax credits available in Harrisburg. We've got a very exciting affordable housing project planned for Central Allison Hill by TLC Construction that will be coming to fruition here in the next year. And there's just a lot of incredible activity. That's one of the reasons why I'm working with Harrisburg City Council to ensure some zoning changes that will not only encourage affordable housing, but will also make it easier to remove certain density restrictions and other things to make larger scale projects like these more easily developable in the city. But it's an exciting time for Harrisburg. My congratulations to everyone here. This is a wonderful project. It represents true cooperation, not just between all of the partners that are here today, but also between Paxton Ministries and the community. As many of you know, it came through several iterations through Harrisburg City Council. There was a lot of public involvement and input, and I think the product that we have before us is something for which we can all be very, very proud. So congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Someone else who has been very helpful in this process is President of Harrisburg City Council, Wanda Williams. President Williams was not only enthusiastic when we first talked to her about this idea, but from the very beginning, she's helped us to navigate the various and the many different city approval processes, et cetera. So, welcome.
I invited my council members who was here. Her name is Danielle Bauer. She's our newly elected council member, so give her a hand. And there I'm not crying. I have a cold and my eyes are watered. I am really excited, but I'm not crying. So on behalf of Harrisburg City Council, I would like to say congratulations and welcome to the new Paxton Place, which is now officially open for business. This 37-plus unit of affordable housing with amenities for seniors was much needed for the city of Harrisburg. We had several meetings, and some controversial, Dale, and City Council approved this plan in 2007 for Paxton Place to sit on this conveniently located 1.6-acre property here at 1100 South 20th Street. It is really wonderful to see projects through, from proposals to the Planning Commission and City Council. The final product looks fabulous, equipped with beautiful landscaping and lots of lighting. This certainly was a great investment that only created construction jobs, but will be a positive impact, furthering neighborhood improvements. Now, if you pay attention to City Council, we are strong advocates for affordable housing, especially for seniors. And I'm sure everyone heard, in the last coming months how I advocated for senior citizens and also for low income. Because the more people are spending on housing, the less they have to spend on other things that are important in everyday life. That is why affordable housing is so important for not only our city, but every city in the United States. I implore Monarch Development, a group of professionals, to work together with everyone to happily place everyone in affordable, safe housing. With that being said, we are very excited for the Paxton Place and their team of professionals as they embark on this exciting new endeavor in our city. On behalf of City Council, welcome, congratulations, and thank you.
Good morning. Thank you, President Williams, for allowing me to offer a few words. So this project is very interesting. Although I was not a member of City Council at the time, I was a member of the City Zoning Hearing Board. If you don't know, I grew up on the street directly behind us on Hudson Street. So I've seen this grassy field evolve throughout my childhood. And I currently am a homeowner on this street as well, the third house in. So I look forward to welcoming the tenants of this new home to our area in South Harrisburg. And I look forward to a fruitful relationship in the future. So thank you for allowing me to share.
Our next speaker is Sheila Ford, who's the Executive Director of Impact Harrisburg. As Brandon had mentioned, Impact Harrisburg truly lived up to its name, Impact. The fund and the seed money, the pre-development monies that were provided to this development really got us out of the gate very quickly. So we're honored to have Sheila Ford come speak for a few moments.
I've asked my board member, Gloria Martin-Roberts, who serves as the second vice president of Impact Harrisburg, to also join me this morning at this occasion. Let me make a few brief remarks, and then I'd like to ask Gloria to also make some remarks. Before I begin my remarks, I'd like to ask the other two board members from Impact Harrisburg who are present, Brian Hudson and Dale Lancaster, to both stand. And would you please give these three individuals...
Join us.
Because we are so pleased and proud to be a part of the Paxton Place project. We have really put really a tremendous amount of effort on working on community development projects that will have an incredible impact, the word impact, hence the name Impact Harrisburg, impact on the city and the residents of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. That is the mission of our organization, and I have to say that it was the board that took that mission very seriously. This project represents, really, is a symbol it's an actual place, but it's also a symbol of how many hands make light work. I thought about that as I was thinking about today's event, and I always attribute that statement to my great-grandmother. Her name was Granny. She had a name, but we called her Granny, I'm just saying. And Granny would always say, many hands make light work. And that has been the recurring theme, as Brian said, as Brandon mentioned, as has been mentioned throughout the comments today. Many hands make light work. It is through those collective efforts, when communities pull together, that you get good results. This is an example, in the best sense of the word, of good results. And this is what Impact Harrisburg was developed to help fund. It is what we were structured to help nurture. And so I'm so glad when I hear from Monarch that we really did provide seed money, as was requested, to really help that vision become a reality. That's very important to us. This is, very briefly, one of about 14 projects that Impact Harrisburg has throughout the city of Harrisburg. You will hear more about our work within the coming months. We are so glad to see this. I've worked with Jody very closely from the very beginning. She told me not to attend the construction meeting, so I didn't. She was there. I didn't have to. But she has just been quite a visionary when it comes to this project. And so once again, on behalf of Impact Harrisburg, I say thank you to Paxton Place, to Paxton Homes. And now I'd like to turn the mic over to my colleague and my board member, Gloria Martin Roberts.
Thank you. Good morning. I am ecstatic over this. As a senior citizen who didn't get a place here, I didn't apply though, it's a joke. I am just delighted. You know, we talk about the many hands involved in this project. I'm going to talk about the many hearts. Because if we don't understand that our elders should be revered in this country, we are lost. We are the greatest resource that this country has. But it takes hearts to accomplish what you see here today. Partnerships, yes, but a partnership without a heart means nothing. I am delighted. I pray that we can get more of these projects in the city for senior. Dale and I are neighbors. We've been neighbors for 100 years, I think. Our children grew up together. We both have 2 children, girl and boy. He and his wife have been longtime friends of mine. I love them dearly. Dale is always pulling me into something, or I'm pulling him. And this is the second big project we've worked on. Messiah Lifeways was the first one that deals with seniors. This is a passion of mine because I see seniors all of the time who are struggling, just making it. They want to age in place, but they don't have the resources to do that. Their homes are falling down. They don't have the resources to have them repaired so that they're livable. This is another option, and this is something that hopefully we as a city will continue to focus on, and let us turn those homes over to the younger folk who have the energy and maybe the resources to rehab those houses, to keep our city healthy, and allow seniors to live in a very peaceful, loving, and quiet environment such as this. I do thank all of you that have been involved. And I know that after this is done, you'll go back out and say, we need to find some more land so we can do this. So God bless all of you.
Next, I'd like to invite Mike Peduzzi, who's the Chief Financial Officer for Mid-Penn Bank. I should mention we have another partner in this deal. It's not just Paxton Ministries and Monarch Development Group, it's Mid-Penn Bank. Mid-Penn Bank is our limited partner investor. They've invested over $7.6 million into this development, and we're going to be joined at the hip with Mid-Penn Bank for a very, very long time. So Mike.
So thank you. I will speak from the heart. Yes, bankers do have hearts. So we take in a lot of deposits. At Min-Pen Bank, we have $1.8 billion of deposits, and the focus on those is safety, comfort, and affordability. That you want to deposit money with a bank that's going to keep them safe, make it comfortable for you to get there, whether it's through easy access, drive-through facilities, great people serving those banks, and affordable. We have truly free accounts. We don't charge fees on every account. That's not how we want to make our money. We want to make our money by investing in the community. And there's no greater investment that we make than in housing. This year, we'll invest over $200 million in loans to new first-time home buyers, many of whom have never had a home before, many of whom are veterans or service members. But we also recognize that as many as are first-time homeowners, there are those, just like our previous folks have spoken about, those who are our senior members who deserve that same safety and that same comfort and that same affordability in their housing. You know, they passed the torch to us. They led us to be a great country and who we are today, and they do deserve to be revered. They are so awesome. And so it's such a privilege for us to be part of this project. So I'm glad to say that $7.6 million is the largest investment in Mid-Penn Bank's portfolio. It's a proud. And so on behalf of our board of directors and all our employees, we look for the returns on this investment, not in dollars, but in the wonderful times, the wonderful faith, the wonderful families, as Mike talked about, not just for the 37 residents who will be the first residents, but for all the families to come. And I would just ask you to do one more thing. Remember, these folks are going to get a wonderful blessing, but there are so many in our community who are still in need. So everybody in here knows somebody who probably needs a helping hand this season and all year round. Don't take for granted that someone else is going to do it. Between now and the end of the year, reach out, take them to lunch, take them to dinner, visit them, and share a little community with them. Thank you very much.
Next, I'd like to invite Miriam Soto from Lancaster Housing Opportunities Partnership to speak a bit. As Brandon had mentioned, LHOP provided a little over $750,000 in low-interest first mortgage financing. Miriam?
When I was asked to come and speak today, I was so excited. I remember when I came down the first time and I just saw a piece of land. There was nothing there. How exciting to see this wonderful building. It is just phenomenal. Lancaster Housing Opportunity Partnership has been around for 25 years, and our mission is aligned with this very building, this project. It's affordable housing for those individuals, because we believe that everyone deserves a place called home. So we are really, truly excited to have been asked to partner with this project. It's at the heart of what we do. Again, on behalf of our board, our LIFT committee, it was an easy project to underwrite. Yes, 3.5%, that is correct. And I'm glad, Brandon, that you're excited about that. Paxton Place is a type of project, like I said, that LHOP supports, because we know it benefits not just the individuals that will be housed in this building, but the total community, the Dauphin County community. So thank you on behalf of LHOP for letting me speak, for being present, and for allowing me to take this back to our board and our committee and saying, what a wonderful, beautiful building. We want to do more of these buildings. Thank you.
Unfortunately, U.S. Senator Pat Toomey was unable to attend today, but we're fortunate to have representing him Mr. Bob D'Souza.
I don't know if that's fortunate or not. The good news is that I did speak to Senator Toomey before coming over, and he gave me very apt advice as the last speaker. He said, Bob, if you can't give good remarks, you certainly can give short remarks. And so short remarks will be, I think that everything the prior speakers have said can be summed up with 3 Ps: Paxton, partnerships, and perseverance. Thank you very much.
All right, it's my privilege now to introduce the Paxton Ministries Handbell Choir over to the side. It's comprised of residents of Paxton Street Home and under the direction of Megan Colby.
4, 3. No one else is going to join in? 2, 1.